So, Dele. You should be online. Check. Yep. Absolutely live. And let's close this. Let's that and that, and let's keep that open and make the announcement. A little bit roty today. So, here we go. For some reason the main menu in the game is always really loud. But here we are. The dude of dudes with us, and let's see. Attribute points, what's that? One attribute point left. A couple of learning points, as a matter of fact. There's not much we can do right now. We have to get our strength and dexterity up. Let's see here, armor, constitution. Yeah, constitution will probably be the next big thing. And of course intelligence. Intelligence is always a skill that's so weird. Once we are able to make Elex strings, it's not going to be that difficult, but right now we're still a little bit under-equipped. And of course we also have to learn something very important. Just see crafting. And we have lockpicking up. That's good. Locksmith, yeah, requests 75 dexterity, Jesus Christ. Modify weapons, okay, so we have that. And we need high-tech weaponsmith, so we definitely need to bring dexterity up. Because this is important, I really want this, it makes life a lot easier. And of course Psi wouldn't be bad, I think. Psi and battery. Investing some points there, because the Psi abilities we have with this guy here, this stuff here. Black hole is just so incredibly strong that I think it makes sense to make it even better. But let's check this. Quests. Yeah, Jackson's up there. I think he can actually help me. Yeah, that's fine, Leo. Let's do this first.
Okay, let's find Leo.
He's staying on the coast. I'll show you the way.
This is not easy. This guy has like 2 or 3 companions, and they're going to outright murder you.
There it is. Leo's hideout. Only thing is, he's likely to act big if his friends are there. And that might mean they support him.
You mean nobody in there is going to help us?
They're the desperate outlaw type in there. The only thing they'll help us out with is... Damn. You know, I thought I had a good one-liner there, but it's gone. Hey, that was great. You're dead.
Holla. Upsala. Well, that happens. Okay, let's do this again and let's add a little bit of a quick save there.
Hey, that was great.
Was it now? Oops. No, 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 no. This guy's quick. Oop. Yeah. So much for that.
Hey, that was great.
Keep saying that.
What? Are we fighting now?
This is why I love shields.
There's hardly anything usable in most of these ruins. They've been picked clean.
Yeah, but there was a third guy. Where is he? And where did he go? Did he die? Okay. Oh, strong healing potion, nice. Oh, come on. Kill him. That's nice. We need that.
No, I'm not good enough for that.
Really. Never like the. Oh, no, wait. Oh, there he is. Jesus Christ. That thing nearly killed him. Nice. But I honestly wonder who was up here. Never mind.
Too easy.
Oh nice, scrap scavenger shirt. Let's sell that for a little bit. Not much else here. Nice.
It seems you're famous all the way out to the coast of Tavar. You got a contract on him.
Well, at least you've managed to get that one back. It seems whoever's after me has the whole gang looking for me. We still haven't found all the copies of the contract. Yeah, let's hope we find the rest before someone tries to collect on it.
What about your brother? Can't he help you?
At the moment, Tom is... well, let's say he's not around.
What's the full story?
Complicated. Maybe I'll tell it to you one day.
What else can you remember about Jackson's old crew?
I heard there have been some sightings of Mason in a dam. I'll ask around, see if it's true. If people know where he is, in the meantime, I'll stick with you. Oh yeah, and thanks.
So I think there's one guy that we haven't talked to who asked for him very early on in the game, which was down here. Just look it up. Small camp, Goliath. Wait. Just noticed something. Where in the name of God is the teleporter for the... oh, we never activated that. Interesting. Activate that and get some info. Yeah, we already talked to Wyatt. What I'm looking for. Where the fuck is that guy? Why didn't I activate the teleporter? I remember that I did. We need to find it. I think it's somewhere here. Check this out. I'm right or wrong, because... damn it. How did I screw that one up? What I'm looking for is the elevator that goes to the Valley of the Damned. Hey Admiral Dog, how are you doing? Oh god, I need to play some Master System games again, just for the sake of it. How's your day been? Been pretty snowy over here. So strange. Okay, so that's where I set the marker. That's not where I'm looking for. Where was that thing? It's over here? Ouch. Okay, snow is still fine. Like I said, over here it's been raining and snowing, so right now we have snow collecting on the cars outside.
I've scored some decent loot from these ruins.
Some really strange stuff, considering how warm it was over the past weeks. Yes, there was a seed net. Hope you like it. Looked like a very interesting game. Lately I've been playing some Day of Infamy and a little bit Settlers 2 last night actually. So I just wanted to try it out if I still know how to play it.
That's a ruin, all right.
Worked quite nicely actually. I think that's where I need to go. Completely mistaken. But today I thought it might be a good idea to continue with Elex, because I've started it and I'd really like to get further on it. So was that teleport? Over there, right? Let's see if we can get past this guy, because this is the guy who I wanted to talk to. Nice.
I know Ray. Why are you looking for him?
Who isn't? Everyone is looking for Ray. There's a whole crate of shards on his head. Hey, wait a moment. Ray? Is that you? You sneaky bastard. Man, Ray, you are deep in the shit. You know that.
I am glad to see you too, Mason.
Who's this? Are you Ray's new watchdog or something?
Woof.
Oh, funny. Quick question. Do you know how much his ass is worth? That amount of shards isn't funny.
Yeah.
So you and me might have a problem.
You are going to tell me how you know Ray.
We used to be friends.
Oh.
We used to hang out in the same gang together, but you know what that counts for? Nothing.
Why is he worth so much?
You don't know there's a contract out on him? I thought they were everywhere. I thought that was why you were looking for him.
Do you have one of those contracts with you?
And if I do?
I'll buy that contract off you and you can forget about Ray.
Well, forgetfulness can be expensive. It can easily cost, say, 200 shards.
Deal. Give me the contract.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Now, stop looking for Ray.
Who?
I see we have an understanding.
Sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're doing great.
Mason had
Normally I would just kill the guy.
It seems all your old gang are after you.
Why would anyone think I was this important? We still haven't found all the copies of the contract. Yeah, let's hope we find the rest before someone tries to collect on it. Yeah, good job.
But there is another mission over here. This guy, if he's still talking to us.
So, what have we here? An exile or sightseer?
Yeah, Ray doesn't like it when you kill him. That's why I didn't do it. Because I never managed to get Ray to like me. There are many events that are coming up where I will definitely not do the things that he likes. So that's that.
What elevator? The enormous wheel over there. The winch down to the world of exile.
What do you do here, apart from shout at passersby?
You watch your mouth. I'm the sole sentinel here. I do the guarding and the repairing. More the guarding than repairing right now. The elevator is bust and no one showed me how to fix it. So unless you know anything about winches, you can't get down there. Do you know anything about winches?
Enough to know it can't be complicated to fix.
Yeah.
What makes you think that?
It's a winch. Rope, wheel, up and down. What's so complicated about that?
It's a water winch. It needs water. And gears. It's complicated stuff. Fixing this elevator is really complicated, seeing as one of the gears is missing. So unless you've got a portable smelter and forge to make a new one, you're not gonna be repairing it right now, are you?
That depends.
Yeah?
Have you got a spare part?
Spare part? Spare part? Now, why didn't I think of that? Wait, yeah. I got loads of parts for you, right here, in my pants.
It's your job. Why don't you go and fetch a
I love the dialogues in this game.
Because my job has two parts, right? Guarding and repairing. Right now, there's only one part of my job that I'm not doing. If I go off looking for things, then I won't be doing either part of my job. And I don't want to get exiled for dereliction of duty.
How long?
Since the other night. But why do you care? It's gone, and that's it.
It was stolen?
Exactly.
Even though you are supposed to be guarding the elevator?
It could be that I left my post for a short while.
So, you weren't guarding the elevator, and now you're not repairing it?
Clever, yeah, very clever. Look, the part's gone and that's it. Now I'm back at my post and, you know, maybe someone took the gear for maintenance or something.
But aren't you the person responsible for maintenance?
You know what? Fuck it. I took the winch apart and got rid of the gear. Satisfied?
You wanted to sabotage it?
I don't want anyone to leave the valley. And be honest, neither do you. Do you think it's right that those criminals get to go home for good service? While good people like me get stuck here without a chance for parole? Fuck that. Fuck them. They got themselves sent down there. They can stay down there.
I'll find them.
I don't want it found.
You're going to tell me how I...
Yeah, good luck with that. I dropped it down the waterfall. With any luck, no one will find it.
So, it's by the waterfall. Thanks.
Shit, I knew. Soon as I saw you, I knew that this day was gonna be a ball ache.
Hey,
Ah,
yeah,
don't worry.
great.
Whee! This is like one of the very early missions that you can do, and I'm a little bit late to the game here. Message from Exile. It's always funny what you find down here in the Exile, because this is pretty much the dark side of the Berserkers, right? They seem so nice and friendly and nature-bound and whatever I know, right? And they're really not. If you screw something up with the Berserkers, they're going to make your life miserable by dropping you down here.
We get the fuck out of here.
And unlike the guy mentioned, you do not get parole. If you get dropped down there, they'll forget about you altogether.
You know what you're doing?
It's not forbidden. What?
Yeah.
I've got the missing gear, so now you can repair the winch.
Are you sure you want that doing? Think about it. You're opening the door to criminals. We could be attacked, murdered, passed over for promotion. Who knows what could happen?
I'm not asking. Fix the damn winch.
So, your mind can't be changed? All right. I will, under one condition. Give me your word, man to man, that you will keep your silence. Ragnar can't find out that I sabotaged his elevator. All right?
You know other people will come here.
Right, right. I'll get to work right away. Give me a minute. So, that's it. The elevator should work now. But if I find out that someone has used this elevator without authorization, you will have to answer to me.
Have you...
Damned, yeah? Sort of the important part of Valley of the Damned. That place is for the exiled. I don't ever want to see that place.
Does anyone ever get exiled unjustly?
The law is clear. You have to be an idiot to break it.
Oh, really?
Our warlords are smart, really smart. They can see when someone is a threat to Goliath. That's why my job is important. I do guarding and repairing, remember? Besides, most of them down there are too busy dodging the creatures to plan an escape.
How many exiled?
I don't know. There used to be guards that went down there to check on them, but they don't do that anymore.
Yep.
Not since the recent Alba attacks. Now, nobody is keeping record of how many have died or how many are still working where they were told to, so who knows? But it's their fault. They shouldn't have broken the law.
Well, you could have been down there as well if anyone figured out that you left your post. So much for the clear law, right?
Around with that thing.
Let's see if we can do some more missions. This is really the one objective I have right now, and for this stream is to do more missions, level up, gain more money, do all of that good stuff. Because I think I can still do a lot of the Berserker mission.
Judicator Ulbricht is looking for an experienced field commander to lead his troops against the Alps in Igniton.
We don't have enough good people ourselves, without supplying them to fight for the clerics. Ulbricht will have to risk his own people.
contact to the Berserk.
The Albs want no contact but that of war and conflict. Perhaps the Separatists will be more open to conversation, but trust will be hard. We have maintained conversations with the clerics, but the peace that has strained since our last war has never held easy. The outlaws, well, they have no true leader and no true cause. Any dealings with them are dealings with individuals. It's self-evident that the paths of all the factions will cross, and that conflict is likely.
So,
The Berserkers believe that all of Magaland should be healed, not just Edan. If we can plant more world hearts in Tavar or Abessa, then we could give all the soil there new life too. But the other factions don't see it that way. They fear the changes we bring.
do you know that for sure? Have you spoken to the other factions?
Spoken, no. But we sent men to establish world hearts in Abessa and Tavar. And they have been attacked almost constantly. In fact, their reports are overdue. You came to us from beyond our walls. If you know your way across these lands, could you go to the world hearts and see what happened to our men?
I will look for your men in Tavar and Abessa.
Thank you. It's time that we learn their fates. You ensure you're properly equipped before you go. It isn't a short journey, and the way will be difficult.
Yeah, if you do this in the beginning of the game when you still haven't joined a faction, you're in all sorts of trouble. This is really not easy because the world heart in Tavar in particular is very interesting. That's where we're going to go first. Let's see what's the nearest teleporter. The fort. I like how the guards are running and the salesman is missing. Because that guy is probably somewhere up ahead getting killed. Oh, nice bone. So let's see. They were in a building somewhere around here. I mean, it's quite evident that you can't really see any plants or anything, so the world heart hasn't been planted. Not really much of a spoiler if you look at the desert here. Also the wind power plants. What I always liked about this game is like all the runes of the old world indicate that this world was at the same state as ours. And for example, the clerics claim that they want to restore the technology of that old world, and they have fighting robots and giant bipedal machines and all that stuff, which definitely didn't exist before the comet struck. Particularly not powered by Elex, right? So that's very good.
I will kill you, you fucking asshole! Try. Come on then, you bastard! Well, it's on
I
now,
don't
asshole.
want to be a berserker, but you know, a bit more green in the desert wouldn't be a bad thing. Too late now, I suppose.
Those bastard berserkers got what they deserved. I'm surprised you helped us. Normally, you clerics can't wait to try and blow my head off.
I can do that now if you'd like.
I like you.
You got the job done here.
It wasn't easy. Those berserkers can handle themselves. Luckily, my little grenade trick worked.
Grenade trick?
Yeah, I told one of my guys to put a grenade in his mouth, pull the pin, and jump on a berserker.
And he did it.
Sure, I pumped them full of chems before I thought he'd survive. This is war. This is a battle to the last. You have to use every trick. And I get to take his share, too.
Why attack?
Those bastards are trying to take what's ours. This is the Duke's land. Fuck their trees. We own this desert. And we're
Yeah, it's hilarious.
What about the elves?
them too. No one has taken what we own. No one's taken our freedom. Believe me, the Duke already has plans in the works to get rid of their converter.
What about...
We'll leave them for the desert to clean up. Between the sand and the wildlife, Tavar has a short memory. Take whatever you want from their bodies.
Are you setting...
Fuck off. Why would I want to hang out in this scrap of desert when I can be back there with a cold beer, warm women, and the Duke telling me that I am the man?
I am the man.
Going back to the fort to get my share.
What did the Duke promise you for getting...
A couple of 1,000 shards.
Is that enough?
Are you kidding? That Elex it, plus the Duke knowing I am the man? Oh, that's worth a lot. And you can be sure, as the last survivor to return and make a report, I will be asking William for a bonus.
Oh.
Good. I can use someone. It's not like any of my team can do that. Follow me and we'll head back now. Where are you from?
Nowhere.
No one's from nowhere. You'd do better to make something up. People will think you have a secret. Secrets are worth shards.
Was that a threat?
A threat? Why would I threaten you? That was useful advice.
What? How did he die? Where did he die? Who the fuck killed him? Oh! Holy shit! That explains a lot. Oh yeah.
That creature's down to me.
Oh crap. That's not good. Whoa. Yeah. I never managed to get both of them through. Normally I just killed him instantly because I really don't like the... outlaws. I think they're the most stupid faction in the game. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Whoa. Oh, nice, I killed him. Hallelujah.
I thought you were watching my back.
I was, but still, where did that dude die now? I want to loot his corpse. Must have... Ah, there. There he died. Whoa.
I'll help.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, but he died, so that's that. And let's see, let's go to the fort and let's check with some of the guys in there. If we can actually, I don't know if there's actually a mission in there. Those guys also have a mission for us.
Well, look who we've got here. A cleric. You've got balls walking around out here. The creatures out here tend to eat people who do that. You can relax. We took care of the creatures. That's what we do out here.
Who are you?
People call me Bullet.
Bullet.
So, I guess you can do the same.
What do you do here?
We're exterminators. We deal with any creatures that approach the fort. You know, we stop them eating people.
You're not very chatty, are you?
What do you want to talk about? The weather? It's hot. The creatures? They're nasty.
That's
The
true.
Converter? It's an alb curse that attracts monsters. That chatty enough for you? Or do complete strangers always tell you their life is? So,
They do.
You want to get into the fort?
Yes.
Once you're in, look for William on the bridge out by the scrap district. Tell him we need more men here. Tell him if I don't get them, he should lock his door at night. Because when we're dead, the streets will be full of creatures, and they'll be coming to gnaw off his nutsacks next.
What kind?
Well, you've been out there, and everything out there wants to get in here. But recently, there have been more of those animals with machines embedded in them. You ask me, it's some sort of plan by the clerics or the elves to wipe us out.
Well, I can promise you the clerics are not using mutants for their cause. That's clear. And this is a pretty funny mission. She also has a name, by the way.
You are reinforcements?
No.
Right, of course not. That was too much to hope for.
Does this place get attacked a lot?
And in
What does it
the
look like?
original release of the game, those guys would die instantly because they were too weak.
Depends on the day.
You seem pretty certain of
And
yourself.
then you couldn't finish the mission
fort isn't a
correctly.
place to dither. You've got to know what you want, what you're prepared to put up with. Either you draw the line, or someone else will end up owning you.
Right, so by the time you go to William and tell him about this issue, the monsters will instantly appear. And then those guys were too weak to stand up for themselves. They were pretty much dying after 2 attacks from the monsters. And they fixed that in like one of the first patches.
Well,
Right. I should have figured he couldn't handle it. How many men does he need?
you need to get them 4 men. That's if you want that gate secured.
That sounds excessive, but you look like someone who knows their way around the wilderness, so I'll agree. 4 men it is. Tell Bullet he will get his reinforcements.
Yeah, we'll do the max stat mission later on. And what we do now is we will go back and actually help them. I never got 4 men to support him, but those guys are not exactly strong. Right, they're just outlaws. There you go. Did any of the outlaws die? No.
I got you your reinforcements.
Good. Every man counts. The more of us there are, the less chance there is of me lining some monster's digestive tract. So, you might just have saved my ass. Thanks for bringing those...
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, those two are actually really nice people. That's the thing, normally they would already be dead by the time you arrived there, because you just couldn't be fast enough.
Matt,
Max? He hasn't been seen in a long time. I'd assumed he was dead already. What about the Berserkers? How many men am I going to need to send to get rid of them?
The Berserkers are dead.
And you came here to tell me that?
Yes.
And to collect what I said I would pay Max? Yes, I can see thoughts of profit in people's minds. So here's what I'll do. Seeing as you came here, I'll pay you half what Max would have got. The rest will cover his death expenses.
Deal.
Good. You know when to call a deal done. Here, friend. Profit.
Not like I've done anything. So, now let's move on to the second world heart. We've already been there a couple of times, I think. Yeah, you have the small farm, and then down there is the... It's the world heart. It's a little bit tricky to get there because of all the monsters. Over there in the building there are some really big mutants who are very dangerous. And I will not fight against those guys until I have better armor. Because my attack strength should be good enough to deal with them. My defensive capabilities are not all that good. Yeah, that's true. The outlaws do not really care much about their dead. This is probably not a stalker, by the way. There are two types of these enemies here, of these big ones. One of them is called Nighthaunt, I believe, and the other one is a stalker. And then there's a Chimera, which is like the super duper strong version of that. And the Nighthaunt is a little bit weaker. I also drop different things once you get animal trophies to rank 3. It kind of matters that you kill them, because they usually have lots of really good and expensive item drops.
Anything happening around here that I should know about?
I don't know. We don't have the manpower to patrol outside the palisade. It's pretty dangerous out there. You'll need to keep an eye open. There are plenty of ambush sites.
What are you doing?
Take a wild guess. The large plant should give you a clue. We've spent a lot of blood protecting this world heart. Lives of the present to build a future for us all.
Your post seems undermanned.
Ragnar sent the men we could spare. I sent some of them with one of our cultivators to a farm near the domed city. We thought they would be able to drum up some supplies for us. Instead, they've disappeared. It can't be good that they aren't back yet. It's bad enough that the group is missing, but Rock, our cultivator, is gone too. I really need Rock to help me look after the world heart. He's the expert.
I can look for this.
You would? That would be helpful. But be careful. There has to be a reason why he hasn't returned yet, and you might just walk into it. The farm Rock went to is below the domed city. You should look for him there.
That's the farm we just came from. Good thing is we can just teleport back. We already talked to Rock. He doesn't want to be a berserker anymore, he wants to become an outlaw. And you can decide to do two things. You can make him an outlaw by, I think you have to give him a scrap shotgun or something like that. Just if I find him. Where is he? Ah, there he is. Dude, seriously? There's no end to it.
Thorgal wants you to return to the World Heart.
I bet he does, but he can go fuck himself. I'm not going back. He can go and round up a few ass-kissing law-abiding fellows from Goliath to do his dirty work. I don't want anything to do with it, Dan. I'm going to Tavar.
What happened to the escort that was taking you to the World Heart?
Let me give you a clue. A lot of claws, a lot of teeth, a lot of blood. I was only just able to get away from them. Those warriors are now rotting somewhere out there, or deep in the bellies of the beasts that attacked us. Their sacrifice saved my life, but it just goes to show, Goliath orders people to do stupid things and people die because of it.
Oh, it's not like some dude just died from Tavar, right?
About the World Heart.
Yeah?
Do you want me to tell Thorgal you don't want to work for him anymore?
No. You'll figure that out when I'm long gone. Better for me that they don't know my plans until after I've gone.
Return to your work at the World Heart, or I will kill you.
Now, hold on a minute. Who went and made you Thorgal's loyal servant?
Just get yourself back there. Or are you going to force me to make this painful?
Hey, calm down. We can talk about this civilly? Look, if you want me to go back, then at least give me a few shards so I can buy some things to make life easier.
Here, take these shards, and report to Thorgal immediately.
Thanks. At least you've been reasonable about it. You're right. You're right. I will return to Thorgal now.
An idiot like him could not survive in Tavar anyway. So I did him a favor. Oh, holy crap. Does he really walk through there?
Watch that thing. It's coming for us. Down. Got it? You aren't that stupid after all. Go and bother someone else.
Probably should have killed that Nighthorn down there. Oh, great. Moved over there. We might be lucky. Or maybe not. Wait, it's not a Nighthorn, that's a Stalker. That's not good. And there are two of them. Run! I'm dead.
You'll pay for that. You aren't that stupid after all.
Okay, at least we know he can't actually die. He's only getting stunned here. Press F for respect. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just avoid him and go back to Borgel. Because I was thinking that he could die. Because there are indeed characters, named characters, that are only important for side quests like this that can die. Yeah, he's stupid enough to fight that thing. I'm not going to fight that thing. Stalkers are still way too strong. There's some enemies that will actually remain strong all the way to the end of the game, like Chimeras or Cyclops and all of those guys. Like those big mutants and even trolls, because you never quite have the defense to do it. Right? They will always completely wreck you up.
Rock will return to work for you again. He's on his way back now.
Good, great. I was beginning to worry about the health of the World Heart, but I know he can help me put it right. Thank you. Keep your eyes peeled. Things get dangerous quickly here.
And we even made a little profit.
I have news from the other regions.
Oh? What is it?
Your outpost in Tavar was attacked by outlaws.
You've seen this for yourself? Or did you hear about it from your friends? Speak up now. Has the World Heart survived?
It was destroyed.
And our men?
All dead. None survived.
Yeah, I looted their bodies.
The Duke must pay for this in blood. Blood and profit are the only things these outlaws understand.
That's true.
You have earned this as payment for your news. This should at least cover the supplies it took to bring you this information.
200 shards.
I met Thorgal in Abessa.
You did? And what news? Is he well? Is the World Heart established?
The World Heart is being well cared for. Thorgal has been defending it from attacks by the Alps.
I take it there were losses. Regrettable. But these days, that is quite normal. In any case, thank you for this report. Take this as payment.
You have your reports.
It is not an easy quest that our forefathers have given us. But by the Pilgrim, we will see Amrek's dream become real. As he belted on from desert to forest, so shall we continue his work until all Magalan is cleansed of Elex and grows pure again.
About how?
You have passed Angram's test. That stands you in...
Hey, Scully, how you doing?
My wife doesn't trust you. That doesn't give me confidence in your motives for being here. You didn't exactly help Theodore, did you? You must do more if you want to fit in here. Earn those pledges.
Yeah, I really want to do that. Because it's giving us lots of experience points. I think the next thing we should do is find a place to sleep in. I think one of those buildings is usually rather clean, even though they don't like me getting in there. Oh, I'm doing fine. The weather cooled down, and I really like cold weather, to be honest. It's even been snowing down here. Which is really odd. So let's see, there was this dude and yeah, exactly. This guy is our survival trainer. That is, temporarily at least.
Why do you hate the Alp?
They take so much Elex, they've lost all their emotion. They're like machines. Killing machines. How messed up must you be to decide to do that? And how do they get the Elex they're so pumped up on? They tear it from the ground. They take plants, animals, and people, and feed them into their converters. Every alb, every mutant stands against nature.
So you don't trust anyone?
Our founding fathers knew well that you have to be really careful who you trust.
That's true.
They taught us we cannot give in to the temptation that awaits us outside our walls. And they did well. In the end, they were the first to see the deviant nature of technology. No one who has seen a mutant with their own eyes can deny that.
You want to kill Alps?
I want to exterminate them. And every man, woman, and child on this planet should want to do the same. What about you? Are you ready to go and hunt some Albs?
You want me to risk my life without reward?
Do you think I'm out here for an exit? Duty is worth more than shards.
I disagree.
You do whatever you want, but if I'm hunting Alps, the reward should fit the risk.
All right, all right. As long as you get the job done. And if Elexit is what it takes to make sure you do that, you'll get paid. But we must complete the mission first. Listen up. The Albs have been scouting ruins to the west of here. It could be they're searching for resources, but it could be they're scouting our patrol routes, or looking for somewhere to set up a base they can use to launch an attack on Goliath. Whatever they're doing, those Albs have had a free run of things for too long. I need someone to head out there and kill them.
Where are these ruins?
To the west, in the Valley of the Damned. The Albs have been spotted in some abandoned ruins out there. It could be they've made those ruins their base. and are sending out patrols across the area from there. We've had reports of Albs on the roads around there, and out along the river by the World Heart.
We're doing great.
Yeah. This guy is a bit of an extremist. I like him. But still, his methods are a little bit too extreme. This is here Nesol separatists. Those are not really Alps. They're separatists. That's a real big difference. Still not exactly the type of people I trust. Quiver, nice, 10 arrows. And there's a dude down there. It does make sense to loot all the corpses. Even though in the beginning of the game, this part is rather difficult, I do want to avoid those camps over there though. Like this one here. I'd rather go the other way. Because those exiles are not exactly friendly people, right? It's not exactly wrong that some of them are indeed criminals, murderers and the like, and they just kept up the tradition. So we go around their camp. All right. Great.
Stop. Not another step if you value real life.
I value it.
Commander Jax, they said you were dead. Executed.
They tried. They failed.
Indeed, they did.
And so you live. So you're still Commander Jax. Alb servant of the hybrid.
Do I look like it?
Death experience brought you to your senses.
You'd have shot me already if you thought I was an Alb.
It looks like you're no longer taking Elex.
That's true.
But does that mean you've joined the fight against Zakor?
They tried to kill me. I'm owed some revenge.
So, you've swapped sides too. But just because you're free doesn't mean you're not a threat. 5 minutes with the free people teaches you that emotions don't make people less dangerous.
That's true.
On this side, free from Elex and from control. And where you've gone, some of us are trying to follow. We want to be free from Elex, eventually. We want to stop the Ice Palace from making a mistake.
How did you escape from the other Albs?
We didn't set out to become separatists. We were part of a commando unit. Our mission hit problems and we were cut off from Zakor. After a while, we began to run out of supplies, including Elex. It wasn't long before we started to dream, to feel. Elex the Parsec noticed it first. He sent out patrols to locate possible sources of Elex, but it was too late. Eventually, our unit got round the enemy and returned to Zakor. But we had changed. We realized we wanted to think. We no longer wanted to be controlled by the Alb directive.
What happened?
We escaped and made it out here. We knew Parsec and the other Elexitors would see it as treason, but we had already seen too much without Elex to blind us. The Albs are bringing about their own downfall. They're slaves with Elex there to control them.
Yep.
Escaping and joining the Separatists was the only logical course of action. In order to save the Albs, the Elexitors must resign, and the old directive must be followed. I still believe the Albs can become more than we are. But we can't do it alone, and we can't save this planet by subjugating and killing everyone else.
He does have a point.
What do you think of the Free People?
There must be another way to get Elex than to extract it from living people. Well, we think that the Albs will win someday. But what then? What happens when there is no more Elex? What happens when we have used all the resources? We fear that could mean the downfall of us all.
That's not wrong.
You really want to give up Elex?
Yes. We don't want to poison ourselves anymore. We still take it, but we control it. It doesn't control us.
You really think you're in control?
Would I speak out against the Elexitors if it wasn't true? We're helping each other. We're keeping our strength and our free will.
Keep taking Elex, and the Free People will see you as Albs.
The Outlaws have their chems, their berserkers, their mana. How can this be seen as different? They can accept it. They must. It is in their best interests. But how are we to persuade them if we can't get you on our side? Are we able to trust you?
I don't owe the Elexitors anything.
Yep.
You doubt their motives. Death will do that to a man. To a man. If that's what we both are now.
Can't you give up Elex if it would help you join another faction?
It is for each Alb to decide. And for now, we have decided to take it. We have to stand by their decision. We are free people now, and won't replace one ruler with another.
When did you last see Elexiter Calyx?
It was a long time ago. You both were on the battlefield fighting the free people.
What have you been...
Hiding from the Albs?
Some of those dialogues are really, really long.
Become of us. And we do it with fear. For the first time, we do it with fear.
Yes, I know. Elex withdrawal is hard.
Logic, precision, they are what we have been for most of our lives, and now we find those things challenged. It's confusing. But with that fear comes something else. Hope. Hope that our freedom means something. But unless we can find people, free people, who will work with us, then we don't stand a chance.
I could speak to the Berserkers.
Is there a Berserker you can trust? Someone who would work with us? If there is, please, talk to them for us. You know what we can do. Persuade them that they need us on their side, that we can help. We seek an alliance, not a fight.
What would you want in return?
To be treated like the other free people. The clerics have fought wars with the Berserkers, but they still speak to them. Some of them must understand that we deserve a chance. For that, we will work with them to stop the rule of Zakor.
If you say so. The Berserker Hakon sent me to speak to you.
Hakon? What does he have to say?
Hakon says you killed his men.
There's a truth in that. We killed Berserkers in the battle before we changed. It was a massacre, in truth. One ordered by Zakor. But we are not who we once were. We are no longer Albs who blindly follow the word of the Elexitors. We have to convince him of that. We will find a way to pay reparation for what we did. And we can start by offering a hand in the alliance. If Hakon will offer us a haven here, the protection of a truce, we will fight against our common enemy. But he must do it soon. Zakor is preparing to move against us. Soon, the Elexitors may kill us for him.
You're being...
Parsec has sent a special forces unit to find us. They outnumber us, and they're better armed. Our old comrades are out to kill us.
I'll fight.
There's a whole squad, at least 5 of them. Can you handle that?
Do you know...
Their last position is north. Since they don't know our strength, they'll follow protocol and wait there for reinforcements. And as we know, true elves follow protocol. They will still be at that position.
There. I think I found those elves.
That's a difficult one. Those elves are really, really strong. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, let's see. And the big problem is that there are also lots of enemies around them, so it's not all that easy. Yeah, just gonna loot all this stuff. In general, looting Alps is really cool because you get energy cells for your laser rifle. Which is really why I like playing with the clerics. You get the ammunition for free once you're strong enough to kill the Alps. They're over there, by the way. And if you wonder how I know that so well, it's not just because I played the game through twice, it's simply because I had to do this mission at least 500 times to finish it, because those guys are not easy to kill. They have to get really bloody close, and one of them has a flamethrower. Oh, right, and there are. There are lots of monsters here as well. So, anyway, let's try this out. There, look, one of them has a flamethrower.
Are we fighting now?
Oh. Yeah. Let's look for those mass rats that attacked us first. Let's see what we can do. I just hate it when they have a flamethrower or grenade launcher. Or rocket launcher. Ouch. I still have hand grenades. No, I don't think so. Oh, I have one hand grenade. Oh boy. Ha! Burn himself. Hurry! Oh crap. And I died again. Let's try this. Oh crap. What's open? Damn it. I think I missed him.
What? Are we fighting?
God damn it, those guys are so tough. Jesus Christ. And I missed them with my hand grenade as well. You can pull them back to the other Alps, that's possible. Oh crap. Ouch. That escalated quickly. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go back to Tavern and buy more hand grenades. Because grenade spamming is a valid tactic.
What? Yeah.
Go on, I'm gonna sell some stuff as well. Don't need that. So let's see, what else do we have? Good stuff. And I think this guy also has some hand grenades for us. Yep, 12. That should do. Oh, Jesus Christ. I will never understand why so many missions in this game are so difficult. It's just unfair. Just like when you want to do the commander mission that you get from Ulbricht, you have to get one character from the from Tava in order to do that, and she demands some rather crazy stuff from you.
Yeah, so
Nope, nope. Ah, damn it. Killed that one too deep in the river. Here. Hold. Nope. Oh, exactly. Nasty, and her funny missions where she asks you to, casually asks you to just go out there and kill some Cyclops, kill some trolls. Right. I mean, those are totally normal enemies, right? Nothing wrong with them, and they're so easy to kill. You can be at the very end of the game, have the best armor, the best weapon, everything just top-notch, and you will still struggle doing these missions without grenades or grenade launcher, rocket launcher, and the like. Or fully upgraded laser rifle, which is really good as well. If you upgrade it fully and you get the free shot burst on target, that's really useful. And we're there, by the way. But yeah, and at the point where you're supposed to make all of that, all of these missions, where you get them, can't really do them. It's like this one. I did this mission at one point where I was like, where I didn't even join a faction. You have no other choice but to take something like a... Oi, stop spitting at me. That was not exactly a good performance. You also have to be very careful to not go too far to the right, because there's those beasts are over there as well. And you don't want to mess around with them, they're really, really strong at this point. And yeah, nasty's missions are so nasty. Oh, holy shit! Didn't know those guys were down here. Oh! Whew. Sorry. That wasn't good. Might need our hand grenades just for those guys now.
So, that creature down to me, is it?
Jesus Christ.
Comet hardly left anything standing.
That was dangerous to say the least. By the way, in case you wonder, the fact that it says weakened alp means nothing. They're about as strong as any other alp is.
What? Are we fighting now?
Oh. What the fuck? How did that guy even hit me? Am I hitting them?
Yeah, so me and you then. I'll do it. I'll take care of this one.
Whoa.
Stop that.
Well. Yeah, Piranha Bytes games. Oh, Those guys, they really know how to screw you up. It's like their hobby or something.
What are you doing? What? Are we fighting now?
Actually, quite frankly, those guys are much, much stronger than normal Alps.
I'll take care of this.
Especially those fucking flamethrowers. The funny thing about flamethrowers is when the game came out on the first patch, you could actually do the same thing as they did, just run around and do bam, 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 right, and shoot them dead. Stun lock them practically like with the grenades, and then they patched it so that you can only do this yourself when you have the highest rank on heavy weapons.
I'll take care of this one.
Well. I also legitimately hate the fact that those guys are so far apart from each other. It's like they spread out. Get in there from this side. There is an insectoid over there.
Oh, fuck. I suppose I have to deal with this.
Oh. There are two guys with a flamethrower. I think I was a little bit more successful from that side, so let's try it again, and if not, then I will just leave it there.
Yeah, so me and you then.
Oh. Yeah, forget it. The only thing I could think about would be let's first get our health back, then try it again. And this time we will try to lure them into the separatists so that they can shoot at them. Just going for the loot instead of going for the XP of killing them, because killing humanoid enemies is actually a really good way to get XP.
What? Fighting now?
Move.
Stop it!
Whoa.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Upsala. Oh crap. That was stupid. Run, 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 run. Ah. We're kind of close this time. Oh, damn it.
Hey, what are you doing?
I really like that this thing shoots at an angle. Oops. Which of course means I can hit myself.
What? Are we fighting now?
Oops.
What? Are we fighting now?
Are they there? Okay, that's all for that. Let's see if we still have some mental energy reserves. Oh, we do. Nice. Nah, we did it. Jesus Christ. Now I know why they say weakened, because they don't have any ammo with them. Thanks a lot. Remember, we killed the fifth one, but who cares? Corpses stay with the camp first. Oh, nice. Right over there, that heap that's lying around there, that's where the insectoid pops up. You can't really kill them at this point. Okay, so that's the one we looted. This one we looted. No clue where the other guys are. At least we did it. Whew. That was not easy. So,
I took care of the elves that were hunting you.
You took them on? On your own? Then we are fortunate the Albs made the mistake of trying to kill you.
yeah.
Who would have thought that we would fight shoulder to shoulder as defectors?
Nice. Oh no, we have to get back to goal yet, and then we have to do something that's rather tricky, because you might have noticed that this Harkon guy definitely wants to kill Alps. And he really actually wants to kill anyone. He would want to kill me if it wasn't for the story, because I'm a cleric. I don't think you can persuade him easily to not kill Alps.
So, they are scouting those locations. They must be planning another attack. Did you kill the scouts? Or are you here to ask for help?
I spoke with them.
To the Alps? And you're still alive? You're full of shit. Alps don't speak to anyone.
Not true.
Those Alps didn't kill your men. They left Zakor. They're free from the Alp Directive.
And you believed that shit?
The Separatists don't want to fight you. You should talk to them. They're good fighters looking for allies to bring down the Elexitors.
Allies? This stinks of a trap.
It's no trap. They want your help. They're fighting the Alps to put an end to the bloodshed, to get rid of the Elexitors.
You're serious? Alps that want to fight Alps? Well, if they want to give up the fight, then it is my job to give them a welcome. Tell me where you found them.
They are to the north, near the converter.
That doesn't fit the reports I have. But if you say that is where they are, I'll send a few men to these separatists to see what their intentions really are. If they're lying, they will pay with their lives. But if they're telling the truth, then maybe we berserkers have found the allies we need to defeat the Alps. Here, take this as payment for your help.
Yeah, not going to happen. I know exactly what he will do. Those men he's going to send there, for example. He will actually kill those separatists if you tell him the truth. And he's not all that fond of you lying to him either. This is pretty funny because if you do the mission with the truth, then he will remain your survival teacher. And there's only one survival teacher in the game and that's him. Right? But what happens if you lie to him? That's pretty interesting. We will check that out. Because quite frankly, the dude is crazy.
You have passed my wife. You didn't accept. You must do her.
Well, where is his wife? Because I remember that she...
May the pill.
Okay. If you screw this up once with that one cleric that's actually hiding out here, then she will not talk to you anymore. Sad. Yeah, the thing with hand grenades is that they're the most useful weapon in the game, and I'm kind of happy that they didn't patch them like the flamethrower and make them worse. Because they're the only way how you can kill strong enemies in the beginning of the game. There's no other way to do it. Right, this guy here. Normally you get a mission to get him out of there. But you don't get that if you sell him the cleric weapons right in the beginning of the game.
Goliath. Yeah, I've been here before. I might have taken a few things and done a little questionable trading. Let's hope they have short memory.
Strange, he should be out here. Nice. Oh, there he is. Let's wait for that guy to get past him, because I don't want to kill him. Howdy. Oh.
Yeah.
Strange. Well, never mind. We'll probably talk to us again.
Your buddy Alvar is dead.
He is?
I mean, what?
He's dead.
Yes, I got that. Shit. I knew nothing good would happen to that old soak. But dead. He was a good friend. Thank you for letting me know. Where is his body?
Below Ragnar's stronghold.
Right. I will take care of his funeral as soon as I can. I'm watching you. Don't do something stupid.
Oh, we can't trigger him just now. Strange.
We should not rely on...
There's a good reason why he's standing outside instead of inside. Because we figured out that we lied to him. I just want to get this done. Sleep till next evening? Maybe that will help. So let's see.
Hey,
There we go.
you! Do you really think your lie wouldn't be discovered?
Sorry.
Those Albs weren't where you said they'd be. There's only one reason you'd lie. Time to face justice, you Alb spy. I'll get you, asshole.
Yep. There you go. And I think we should now have a new survival trainer as well. Armor Smith, Caldrim, Syndra, Charisma trainer. Trainer. Oh, maybe we have to find him first. I know where he is. At least that dude is dead. Really, if you look at it objectively, the clerics are the best faction to join. Where is he? There he is. I don't need that monologue.
What do you think about...
What are we supposed to think? They're steeped in blood and govern. The clerics speak of God, but they worship their machines. And never forget that their blessed religion gave birth to the Albs.
Hey, that wasn't our fault.
Corrupts all it touches. Whatever you think of the outlaws, they make no excuses for their behavior. They are out for themselves, but they believe in mankind.
How can you fight their guns with swords?
Our magic is more than a match for their machines. Strength, belief, and mana will always overcome steel. It's persuading the weak-minded of that. We might know technology is a weakness, but its draw is pulling in recruits. Even now, I know there is someone here in Goliath spreading the lie of the machine.
Oh, nice.
They are preaching that technology will be our salvation. This damned cleric must be found and stopped.
I can find whoever is preaching here.
You can you? What makes you think you can succeed?
I know who's preaching for the clerics.
Are you certain? I don't want to go making false accusations.
I've met him, spoken to him.
What miserable drones and traitors have I given shelter to that they will let this cleric live? He knows our laws, and the penalty for spreading false religion is death. Carry out that sentence. Kill that cleric.
Oh, finally. I was already waiting for that mission, but let's first go and find our new survival trainer, because there's no other survival trainer in the whole game. Like, the only faction that has one is this. And he should be Orlik or something like that. Name. He should be standing somewhere around here.
These guys have magic, and what do they do with it? Stand in the water, garden. What a waste.
Watch out for the damn mutants. Watch out
No, that's not him. I know there's a dude who will take over the job, but I have to find him first. Oh boy.
Was it a berserk?
No. What?
What are
Sorry that I'm clicking through this, but
Elex?
we've already had that in previous stream.
What? Ready? There's magic out there, and you dig fields. You must feel pretty pathetic.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. You'd better watch yourself.
Okay.
Then I am a dead man. Though, if you've come to warn me, I'm guessing you might be willing to help me?
Yeah, I'm a cleric.
I need to find a way out of here.
How can I help you escape?
Rika, Ragnar's wife. I'm sure she will help me.
Why would Rika help you?
She sees sense. I've heard her say it many a time, that the free people should be working together. That there's no point in us fighting each other. Look, please, go to Rika. Ask her to help me. You'll be saving my life.
No worries, I'll do it. If I can find her.
Bertram needs your help.
Bertram? He's not run up another debt with Orin again, has he?
Angram has discovered that Bertram is a cleric here in Goliath to recruit for Ignodon.
And Bertram wants my help? First you let me down over the weapons.
Sorry.
Now you come here to ask my help with treason? What made you think I would help you?
Bertram said you would.
He named me? He must be desperate.
Oh yes, he is.
Caravan set out to transport a seedling. I'm sending more people to help with it. I can arrange for Bertram to go with them. He'll be beyond Angrim's reach, and we'll have an escort out of here. Wait here a moment. I've taken care of it. Bertram will be added to the list of guards. They'll leave shortly.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. All life is sacred, but this was a betrayal by him and by me. May the pill...
Sorry. Not sure if we have to go back to him and tell him that he has to go on the caravan. But who am I not to help a fellow cleric, right? Yeah, so he's gone. Now we have to go to Angrim and tell him that he left and that he won't come back.
don't have to worry about that cleric preaching here.
You found him?
The cleric has left Goliath.
I thought my instructions were clear. I wanted him dead.
Calm down.
Now he'll run home with information on our numbers and our plans. Your moment of mercy might lead to more deaths.
I don't think so.
Heed the law.
Because quite frankly, if the clerics had any potential to attack Goliath, they would do it. They have big fighting machines. Robots. Laser rifles. Plasma guns. And pretty fancy swords at that.
About how?
Do you ask me that, expecting to receive my pledge? You are responsible for the death of a citizen of Goliath. You're lucky anyone here is still willing to give you a chance.
He wanted to kill me.
You have passed Angram's test. That stands you in good stead. My wife doesn't trust you. That doesn't give me confidence in your motives for being here. I've heard you helped the cleric escape from Goliath. And worse still, you involved my wife in this deception. How does that speak to your case? It's best we forget the situation with Hakon quickly. It was unhelpful for you. You didn't exactly help Theodore, did you? You must do more if you want to fit in here. Earn those pledges, and you will earn my approval.
So, now we got that done as well. Actually, I wonder what we're supposed to do with this mission here.
Technology, take it to the pit.
What do you do here?
As Amric said, our hope for Magalan is that all Elex shall become mana, that from mana Magalan will be reborn. From wasteland shall spring forest, for we are the healers of the world. So, the workers bring the Elex to us, and we transmute it at the mana shrine. Well, that is supposed to be what happens, but people don't seem able to stick to their tasks.
You say people aren't doing their tasks.
Yes, the biggest problem we have is temptation. Elex corrupts people as it does the planet. Last week, 5 large pieces of Elex disappeared from the shrine before it could be transmuted, at the same time as Kral, one of our guards.
So Kral stole the Elex?
I think Kral is the thief, but thinking isn't certainty. The searches for him and the Elex have come up empty, and I have no
This is a really sad mission.
why he would take the Elex.
I can find Kral for you. For a price.
If it is shards that would help motivate you, then I can offer you payment. I know we all need to pay our way in the world. So,
Yeah.
will you help me?
Maybe.
Well, the guards tried Ragnar's stronghold at the top of Goliath. Kral spent a lot of time up there, sitting out on the main balcony. He's a thinker. While the guards might have been there already, they aren't the best of investigators. Maybe you will have more fortune if you look there.
Yeah, that's a good mission to do. Really tells you to go there.
no sign of the man. But let's see if he has left me a clue in here. Last entry. First the Elex devours him. Now it devours me. But I have no choice. Surely to steal is better than to kill.
That's true.
If I don't act now, then death must follow. So, the choice is made, and we must both go into the mausoleum. Perhaps we can live in this house of the dead. Either this guy is reliving teenage poetry, or I just found out where he went. I should tell Caldrum.
I think you can, or you have to go there yourself in the end anyway. And then you find out what actually happened there.
Well, I found Kral's diary.
Where did you find it? And does it tell you anything useful?
By the balcony of Ragnar's stronghold. Kral wrote about a mausoleum outside of Goliet. Maybe he went there.
Then he has picked the perfect place to hide. I don't know anyone who would go willing into that mausoleum to search for him. It is a place for the dead.
I'll go, if you tell me where it is.
Yep.
Very well. You will find the mausoleum in the area outside Goliet that is down below the pit, southeast towards the world heart. Tread carefully, though. People are telling stories of some sort of undead creature there. Not that I believe in such things myself.
Well, they have magic and all the good stuff, right? But he doesn't believe in the undead. So let's check out. Can cook. Good. You can later also find recipes for better food than wood-lice meat. That's already good to have that. Ah, come on. Avoid those forlorn guys here. Killing raptors is a really good thing to do. One thing I always notice is just how little experience you get from defeating enemies. Like, you can get 1,000 or 2,000 experience at this point at a level where I am, and you wouldn't get a level up. And I'm only level 17. And killing monsters gives you 40. Whoa. I think we cleared that thing out already. Alright, there we are.
I have a really bad feeling about this place.
Same here.
What are you doing here?
There he is.
Go. This place is dangerous. You should move on.
Cauldron sent me.
And you came running, did you? Hey, slow down, friend. Just relax. I will relax when I know why you are here.
You're the one who disappeared at the same time as it did, and you're hiding out here.
Yep.
So, they have no other suspects?
Why did you steal the Elex?
What's that to you? I've not seen you before.
Tell me what happened. Maybe I won't give you up.
How can I be sure of that?
Cauldrum's not certain it's you.
That's what I like about being a cleric. You can use suggestion.
Use your chance to get out of this, or leave it. Your choice.
Who says there's anything to explain? Elex, it's worth a lot. I took it. I sold it.
You wouldn't be hiding out here if you had.
Maybe I like mausoleums. Go on, ask your questions.
Why do you need Elex?
I am not hiding. Have you met the mutant here?
No.
That is my brother, Grimmer. The Albs captured him and took him to that converter. They were going to throw him in. He escaped somehow. But the converter had changed him. I don't know how he survived. But whatever that machine did to him, it's left him needing Elex. If he goes without it for any time, then he's in pain. Without it, I know he'll die. He's my brother.
This is his brother.
I did the right thing in saving him.
Give me the Elex.
Give you the... Why should I give you the Elex?
Hand it over, and they'll stop looking for you. If they keep looking, they'll find you. They'll kill your brother.
Yes. I'm putting him in danger. I should give it to you. Here. Here, take it. I hope I can go back to Goliath after my brother's cured.
Yeah. Look, Grima. What a friendly face. Hey, Tessa, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you around. Just loot this place and then sell them off.
No. No. Too easy.
Oh, I'm doing fine. Nice. Really need those gemstones later on. I think that's pretty much it. There's a little bit more somewhere here, I think. Wait. What was that? Nah, never mind. Wait. Let's run. The thing is, you always have several choices to make here. And you can sell them off. You can also sell them off without giving back the bags of Elex, I think. There's not much point in doing that, so let's see.
About...
Yes?
I found Kral. I've recovered the Elex.
And Kral is not here? Is he dead?
Correct.
That is sad news. I feared his departure spelled his guilt. It seems justice has been done.
Nice.
Did Kral tell you why he took the Elex?
No.
That is a shame. But the main thing is he won't be seen here again. Something has occurred to me. Perhaps you could help me with something.
What do you need?
I need someone less conspicuous than myself to do some inquiry. You see, I need some answers. But if I start asking questions, it might be as bad as me outright condemning the man in question. Suspicion sticks and people can start to see someone as guilty, even if there is nothing wrong. So, that is why I'd like you to do the asking. You see, there is a cultivator by the name of Ulrich, a willing and capable berserker. But
yeah.
there's been a change in him of late. Something I can't quite put my finger on. I would like you to speak to him and see if you can find out what is troubling him.
What do you suspect Orc's problem is?
Caldrum is the only nice guy in this whole camp.
Suspicion is all I have. You see, Ulrich has continued with his tasks. He is polite and helpful, but there is a distance. He isn't as open as he used to be.
How can I find out what's wrong?
Just talk with him. See if you get the same feeling. He is someone who loves what he does. You should have no trouble getting him talking about his work in the seed.
Elex is a role-playing game, right? An RPG made by Piranha Bytes. It's pretty much in the style of Gothic, Gothic 2 or Risen 1, if you know those games. Piranha Bytes games are usually very similar. And this is just set in a sci-fi setting, and you have a world that was destroyed by a comet. That comet brought a material on the planet that you are on here. That's Magalan. The planet is called Magalan. And that material brought change to the plants, the animals, and of course the humans. And you used to be part of a faction called the Alps, who follow the hybrid, who wants to collect all the Elex on the world for his great plan. And you're pretty much trying to get your revenge after they betrayed you and try to stop the hybrid from whatever he is doing. But the main plot is about the revenge, right? Because they tried to execute you after your mission failed. And your mission clearly failed because you were betrayed. By the way, this guy is the one who shot you down. So, that's the main story, pretty much, wrapped down in a couple of sentences. That's not how British yeah.
So, your job is to protect these plants from mutants.
Happy? I've got the most important job in Goliath.
I did not click that away, by the way.
Maybe even on Magalan. Protecting the seedlings, that's the law. World hearts are to be protected from everyone and everything. Not that these little baby seedlings are world hearts yet. But now Boren's had the mana delivery from Caldrum, we can start cultivating them again, and then, who knows?
No, the story is pretty straightforward if you watch it from the beginning.
But maybe, just maybe, one of these little things will make it to maturity.
Are you looking for Cauldron?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, it's not always...
The game itself is rather complex, but you get around it once you learn a couple of the basics. I can explain them after all the dialogues.
How are we gonna learn
what really matters for the game.
The cultivators just stood and watched things grow? The first mages just waited for magic? No, they tried things. They experimented.
Is there a way to stop the mutants from eating the plants?
Yeah, I mean, if we can't grow many world hearts, maybe we should try growing them differently. Maybe we could breed them so that the mutants wouldn't eat them. But we're not allowed to try, which is crazy. I mean, imagine what we could do. And not just to seedlings. If mana does that to a plant, imagine what it could do to a person. If we don't try, we won't progress.
Okay.
What do you think of Born?
He's a good boss. I enjoy working with him.
Born is, by the way, the guy who takes over the survival training.
Chance to, well, do some experiments sometimes. Just try a few things to see if I can help the seedlings.
And is everything all right out here? There's nothing getting you down?
Just the usual. The mutants, the low success rate in growing world hearts, the occasional bit of grief from the boss, but nothing too bad. You know, nothing worth talking about.
Why are world hearts so rare?
I don't know. I mean, berserkers have been studying them since before I was born. I think they found one out in the wild. I heard they were going to destroy it because it was...
Oh, there are lots of guns in this game.
Then they realized this thing was making everything else grow. They've been learning how to cultivate more world hearts since then, but it's hard.
I mean, you might have seen that my armor and my equipment looks a little bit more futuristic than
It sounds like
what the other guys here are wearing, right?
You know, yes, I do. I want to see the seedlings live. I want to see more world hearts. I just wish that the others could...
Just like the place where we're in right now is basically the wet dream of every green person, right? Those guys are tree huggers. They plant their world hearts that in order to make giant forests grow. That's why everything is so full of trees and everything is so green. There are also two other parts of the world. One is a giant desert and the other one is a giant wasteland, a rocky wasteland. And in the rocky wasteland is where the faction that I joined is located in.
How do you think you can improve the seedling crop?
And that's just the seedlings. There've not been many experiments on people since some narrow-minded warlord banned them. I think we should at least talk about trying that again. If feeding mana to plants in these doses can make world hearts, what would happen if we got the dose right with people? Any experiment, it's going to take someone to show the way, to blaze the trail, to be the first.
It takes courage to be the first.
Well, I was thinking about mana and seedlings and us, right? The Elex.
Yeah.
The normal Elex that the Albs are after, that makes them stronger. That's why they're so scary. So I thought, what if we did that with mana? I mean, it's been purified by the plants, so it should be all right, yeah? And if it makes us stronger, like the Albs, then we'd stand more...
Joining the Berserkers, that's the faction here, they're called the Berserkers, is actually not that difficult, unless you screw it up like me.
Extracted the juice from a seedling, and I drank it. And I felt like I understood everything. Everything.
Do you have any of that juice for me?
What? What? No. It was a mature seedling, you see. You're lucky if you get one of those every 6 months or so. The rest don't make it. That's why world hearts are so rare, you see? And the little ones, they don't change the Elex like the mature ones. I've got to wait to try again, but I'm telling you, one more dose, maybe 2, and I'll become something else. Something that can fight the Alves.
One more dose?
One more mature seedling, and I could solve this question. I know it. I can show everyone the way. We can win this war. All this can be over. You believe me, right? So, let's keep this between ourselves. You will get more juice. I promise. I should go now.
For about 1 more hour, I think. I've been streaming for 2 hours already.
These seedlings.
And I will probably stream for one more hour, because after that I also want to paint my Rangers. Need to finish them. There's just a few things that I need to paint on them. The faces and the metal parts. And then fix some of the mistakes that I usually do, because I have so shaky hands. But yeah, 1 more hour at least, I think. Because what I'm right now doing is I'm just doing side quests to gain more experience and get a little bit of money. And also more directions, right? So that you know where you have to go, explore more places, find more teleporters and all that good stuff. What I really need is money overall. I already have 7,000 Elexit and I need 10,000 to buy a better armor. And then I need about 7,500 to get a better pants and better helmet. Which is a lot. Because, like I said, I've been playing it now for 2 hours and I've managed to get up to 7,000, sorry.
About Auric.
Did you find out what happened to him?
Oh, that's nice. I never actually betrayed him, but I think I will do this now.
Yes. I have some information for you.
Good, good. Please, tell me everything. Those idiots from the Hammer Clan. How can they think that that was a good idea? Well, I thank you for the information. Now, I must see that justice is done.
I will follow him because I have the feeling he's walking down. I can also show the other places again. The thing is just that I've done pretty much all missions for the clerics so far that I have and reached a new level. So I'm still running around in Acolyte armor, but I can already get the... I forget what the second rank was. Look it up.
You do know that technology is banned here.
Legate, right. I don't know where he's walking to. Like I said, I've never betrayed Auric, because he's not a bad guy, right? But just wanted to see what happens if I do it. Oops. That's the one thing about the controls. Clicking twice in the same direction can actually cause you to do like this, and sometimes you get kind of stuck in there and keep moving that distance until you stop moving completely. It's the one problem I have with the controls in this game. Ah, right, I think he's walking towards Auric. That's a way to beat time, I guess.
Auric!
Yes? Keldrin, why are you here?
Certain facts have reached my ears. I know what you have been hiding. Why didn't you come to me, Auric? Your intentions, your diligence are admirable. But you must have known you were breaking one of our strictest laws. The Ison clan felt they had no choice but to ask for a sentence of death. They would be here for you now, but I begged for the chance to speak to you first.
Jesus Christ.
Speak to them, Keldrin. I know this was wrong by the word of law, but the seedling has made me feel stronger. This isn't about me. This is about the future of all of us. If we can just try this, allow ourselves to experiment more, this could save us all.
Auric, these experiments were forbidden for a reason. You've chosen a path the elves have already taken, and it would destroy us all. I will use my voice to have your sentence commuted. I will see that you are exiled, not executed.
That's the same thing, really.
You have to learn from this.
You will never return to Goliath. Your belongings will be shared amongst your clan. You must never go near a seedling again.
Didn't Eisenfaust experiment? Amric himself took chances.
And if Angrim were to hear you saying things like that, he would overrule me, and you would die.
Please, you of all people, Caldrim, your ears are open.
That's why I know your intentions were pure, even if they were misguided. But now you must leave, Auric, and may the Valley give you the chance to learn the error of your actions.
These seedlings.
Yeah, I probably did that. Sorry. I wonder if you can follow them somewhere. Yeah, they just casually walk away. Wait, I think it was worth it. Let me just see if they do anything meaningful again, or if this is just the end of it. That could happen. Like, before you joined, we had another mission where you were actually able to follow one of the outlaws back to his camp, and he got attacked by a giant stalker monster, and that killed him. Ah, right, okay, so he's walking outside and probably going to die. That's the way the Berserker laws are working, right? Now we got this mission done. Let's see, what else do we have? Rogue actually doesn't have any missions for us.
I'm watching you.
Most of the guys in here are traders anyway.
Well, that's one view of it.
It's his own fault.
Hey, can I help you? What do you want here?
I'm just passing through.
Many arrive with that intention. Most stay. Let me welcome you to Goliath, the jewel of Magalan. Here you can see what our world once was, and what she can be again. But tread carefully whilst you're here. Some of the plants we're cultivating in the seedling farms are fragile. Damaging them means exile to the Valley of the Damned. So I'd watch your step. It'll make life easier all round. Life is a lot more comfortable here in Goliath than out in that valley.
That's for sure.
What is a supervisor?
Someone who has already worked so long at a job that people have decided they are better organizing people than doing the actual job.
That's a nice description.
What's a seedling farm?
We grow a lot of different plants here. Specimens of all the types we can find. But of them all, the world hearts are the most important. For where they grow, all
yeah.
That's why these plants get their
He was really good at his job. But the thing is, if you lie and do not tell the other guy about what he's doing, then nothing else will happen. Like, really, that's just it.
You're sure? And was it you that kept the seedlings from being destroyed? If so, you have my thanks. I better go and check on the cultivators. Make sure everything is all right. Thanks. Thanks again.
I'll catch up with you again later.
Take care of the world.
Yeah, that guy was just hanging casually out here while his guys were dying. This guy, I don't like him. He does have missions for you, but they're rather difficult and they're not really helping you.
Why do you think you're losing the war?
You've seen the enemy? Alb raiders? Cleric mechs, guns?
Yep.
We are the guardians of Magalan. It's our duty to win this war. Why does it matter how we win it? It's winning and choosing what we do afterwards that counts.
And how do you want to win?
In a fair fight, not with swords and superstition against energy weapons. If we've crossed the line...
Hey, I'm using swords as well.
Why question the way he was killed? Better to give up some of our principles than ask our warriors to give up their lives. Ah, incomer.
The game is not 60% off anymore, I think I should change that. Yeah, they have magic too. And that magic is actually really nifty.
So you're responsible for all the...
How do you get anything done without technology?
We haven't rejected technology completely. We have rejected Elex technology. And as you can see around you, we have done fine without it. A clean life. Life as it was before the comet. Life grown from mana. Now,
The thing just is that mana didn't exist before the comet, so that life is not exactly the same.
Technology, extract the Elex from it, and throw the scrap into the pit.
So you extract Elex just like the Alps?
You're comparing us to those inhuman creatures? Those monsters throw people into their converters. Alive or dead, it doesn't matter to them.
Could be Emerald Dog.
And use it for healing. You will find our healers on the upper ring. They'll show you how we use its power.
Oh, I see. Yeah, this game is rather intense on CPU actually. I'm not sure if you can hear it still, but my PC is rather loud when playing this because of the fans. I did try to add noise gate and compression so that I could fill that out, but I have no clue how to configure the compression stuff, so I just went to default settings, not sure if it's working.
Why not do this and use technology?
You sound like one of those technophiles, looking forward
Okay, yeah, so it didn't
knowing
work.
their history. Listen, there are books from the Great Fall that say there were other ways to power machines, but that most of them poisoned the air and the soil. And so, Amric and the Forefathers decreed that all technology that poisoned our world should be forbidden. And right at the time machines were forsworn, and we started to make Magalan pure again, mana was given to us. Magic is nature's reward for our rejection of technology. And if you have magic, why would you want technology?
Because giant fighting robots are extremely cool.
Into themselves, the clerics feed it to machines, and we transmute it into magic.
Elex has given the Alps strength.
You think? Maybe. I don't know. They're a mystery to me. Most people know the Alps split from the clerics, but I don't know anyone who knows why they split from them. They have a love of Elex, a need for it, but as to why, if we knew that, perhaps we could talk with them. But they have retreated into Zakor, only to be seen when they come to kill. And they're changing, becoming less human. While our mana helps us cast magic, it's toxic to the Alps.
But Alps can cast magic.
Yes, yes. Now there is something I don't understand.
Oh, that would be great. Some of the Warhammer games are really good. I particularly like the strategy games, the turn-based ones.
If Elex is so bad...
But there are a couple of really good ones. I haven't tried Total War.
Why not turn it into mana?
It's Elex, isn't it?
Yes, but the concentration in it is just too low to produce mana. Maybe one day we'll manage it, but until then, it's useful. Everyone spends it, so we do too. I'm glad it's the Pilgrim and the Warlord who have to decide all these things. It makes my head hurt.
There is a process that would let you extract the Elex.
Maybe, but like I said, technology is a curse. If it was something the Pilgrim wanted, he would have found a way to do it, but he hasn't. I trust in the Pilgrim to make those decisions. He's proved himself wise so far.
Oh nice, I got a mace.
So if you need Elex, why do you...
Ah, Amrex paradox. We are told Elex is the center of all ills in the world, and yet it is also the cure. So we collect it, transmute it, and hope we can win the race against those who would use it for destruction. You could help us with that.
You want me to collect?
You must have seen that monster made of metal that sits on the horizon? That Alb converter?
What about it?
The Albs built it to refine Elex here in Edan, but our warriors...
Yeah, 40k Armageddon is also a really good game. And hey, Sid, how you doing?
Abhorrent to nature, but we can make use of it. Well, of the Elex in it. Amrex paradox. Let's take that horror and make it...
But yeah, 40k Armageddon is a really nice game. It's also on GOG.
But I need to get some parts from the converter that have a high Elex concentration in them. Can you do that?
And if...
You have my absolute word that this is official business. I told you, we need this. Amrek and the Pilgrim agree. Magic is nature's cure. Technology, its curse. The world hearts will purify Magalan without the need for machines. It's up to us to tidy up the mess that those machines have already made.
I will get...
Good. Great. Thank you. Be careful, though. Last guy we sent disappeared. He promised he'd be back quickly. Never seen again. Why?
Yeah, that guy's really...
Found something while you were out hunting?
We do have a couple of missions now. Oop. Big supplies. Yeah, I needed to go to that converter anyway at some point. Last time I've been here was to kill... Oh. Was to kill a couple of Alps that were around here. It was not easy, but for some reason those Alps, despite the fact that they were not like weakened Alps, were much easier to kill than the weakened Alps we had before. There's also another mission that you can do here. And you will find another companion as well, so that's good. Because that companion has more missions again, and that means more XP, more leveling up, and monster. Machine parts. Oh. What the fuck? Can't remember that this would happen at this point. Enjoy.
Congratulations. Waiting for the enemy to commit their troops before you revealed the fighting Colossi. It left the enemy nowhere to go. You've shattered their attack.
It was a logical move, and we must remain vigilant. They won't fall for that again.
Nevertheless, the victory is yours. The hybrid must recognize that even the Alexiters speak of you as an equal.
I carry out the will of the hybrid. I am what the hybrid makes of me.
The Alexiters select you for roles they could only give if the hybrid had agreed. Elex does not allow for emotion, but you should be careful, Commander Jax. There are those who envy your rise in power. They would do anything to have the favor you've won. You honor our people, but there are those who think of themselves.
I serve the hybrid. His will is above all.
Well,
someone at the Ice Palace planned this. A faulty raider, a targeted shot. Callous so question is, who planned for me to fail? Who planned for me to...
Ah, for Christ's sake. Stop clicking on him. I think that enemy is above us. Can't loot those guys. You can hack this one here. So let's see. I think it's like something like... Oh, so we know that 4 is definitely right. Nice. Can't open that just yet. Should probably really level up lockpicking. Yeah, you can't do that yet. That's a mission for later in the game when they give you the codes to deactivate, to really deactivate the converters. It's actually a good mission because you get a lot of XP for that. Oh, energy cells. Those. Thanks. Those mutants are not easy to kill. Anyway, there's the dude I was looking for. Haha.
Good day. Just think, if these mutants keep chasing people up here, we'll soon be able to start our own small town.
What are you doing up here?
Waiting. At some point, those mutants down there will find an easier meal. Then they'll leave, and I can continue my journey.
The mutants down there?
That was a mutant. A real mutant.
There was a whole horde of them when I arrived. Maybe there aren't as many now, but there are still enough to kill me, so I'll wait a little longer for them to lose interest.
The mutants are dead.
Ah, good. Thank you. Then I can be on my way.
On your way where?
To the search for greater knowledge, and a number of technical items that I'm tasked to find by the clerics.
Before you
pay, how much?
How much Elexit have you got?
Only this, but I don't suppose I'm really in a position to argue about paying, am I? Well,
Yeah, I need the money.
I will continue on with my task.
Why did you come here to the converter?
Why does anyone come here? I came here for the Alb technology.
You're going to stop the Albs?
Me? No, I'm not crazy. I hid up here to avoid fighting one group of mutants. I know I can't stop the Albs alone. My observations, and those of others, show that the Albs' power comes from their technology. That and an ability to increase their stamina, pain resistance, strength, emotional resistance, etc. That comes from abusing their bodies with vast amounts of Elex. It is obvious I cannot defeat them. But you obviously have the skills I am lacking. So why don't we work together? We could both benefit from our different skill sets. I could be useful to you when it comes to technical questions. In return, you can help me avoid situations like this in the future. What do you think? Can we team up?
Yeah.
Yes, you can come with...
Yes, I can do that. You will not regret this decision. Together we fight. Together we fall.
I'm not planning on falling, and I can't see you doing much fighting.
Where should we meet if we become separated?
I have joined a camp in the mountains between Adan and Abessa. They call it Origin. I've settled there, and they want help defending the place.
I know that area. I'm sure I can locate that camp. And I'd be happy to help with its defense. You are one of the free people now. You have joined a faction.
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
I was starting to wonder where your loyalties were. Your ambitions seem different from the free people I've encountered.
I wanted to learn the skills they can teach me.
Then it is a choice about survival, not so you can learn more about their society.
I've got to stay alive if I want to learn anything.
That's true.
That is the approach I have taken too.
Then we don't have a problem?
No, no problem at all. In any case, I welcome the fact that you have decided to join us clerics.
What?
Yes, I should tell you the full list. We need a sensor module from the converter, a high-performance CPU of the type the Albs use. My research suggests the best place to locate that would be out in the war zone in Abessa.
It sounds like you're collecting the pieces for a drone.
Maybe. I had thought of that. But we also need Garudium. That's a metal found in the comet crater in Ignadon. A hydraulic joint, the sort found in pre-war machines. I should be able to locate that in the scrap piles near the outlaw forts.
A hydraulic joint?
Yes. A Type 702, if we can get one. But anything of that sort will be adequate. And I'll also need a miniature Elex battery, the sort the Albs use in their raiders.
And that's the full list?
Yes, you'd better save it to your adjutor.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me.
Certainly. Every component found is another step towards the liberation of... At least so I've been told. I don't actually know what these components are supposed to do. But the cleric who told me to come here insists it will change the world.
Do you want to start by telling me what you're doing? About these
Yes?
I have...
Then we are a step closer.
Nice.
The cleric who sent me to do this will be pleased.
So, you're a cleric?
Me? I am a... What's the word? An advocate.
So we'll need to take these components back.
He actually has a really funny backstory. You find out the full story about all of your companions if you do all of their missions.
But I can locate the cleric that sent me. When our mission is complete, I can give you the coordinates. But please remember, this is a secret mission. It was a legate from the Hort that sent me, and he is very knowledgeable. It is my honor and my duty to serve him.
Serve him?
Serve and assist. It is Cal Ern who we serve, and the legate is his voice to me. I must follow his instructions. In Cal Ern we trust.
It's Kalan.
Sure. Say so.
Oh, yes. In Cal Ern we trust. All clerics believe in Cal Ern. You must speak to my legate. I must follow his instructions. He is a cleric legate from the Hort Monastery.
Sure, whatever you say.
Yeah, good job.
So now we have another partner. And the one thing a lot of people forget is that a converter is much, much bigger than it looks. You can fly up here and then you have usually a second platform where you can find some nifty things. Scraps, so now that we've done that, the companions that you can find in this game are usually pretty funny. Now we have to get over here and somehow... Oh, wait. Omnius node. I think that's the node that actually tells you about the code that we just hacked. Oh, great. I'm so dead. Yeah, it still is a Piranha Bytes game. The funny thing about this mutant is that we came up here and he wasn't even there. I'm just going to make a run for it. That's the guy I was looking for.
There's nothing here for you but misery. Be on your way.
What's wrong with you?
Why ever you came, take my advice and leave. Forget this cursed place.
I'm here to help you. I was sent by the workers in Goliath.
Yeah, and I'm the pilgrim. Better start listening to me. I carry the curse that has tainted this place, and you will be cursed if you stay here too.
Oh, really?
I am looking for converter parts.
Then you were sent after me?
No, Jorah didn't mention you.
He didn't. But that it has been a long time. He must have thought me dead.
Oh, you will die.
Then you haven't found the converter parts?
I tried, but every time I went into the converter, more mutants came. He probably thinks the converter is empty because the Albs abandoned it. He doesn't know that the Albs left their mutants here to tear the flesh from any who came after them.
You could tell Jorah about the mutants.
Yep.
Everything that's happened? Now I fail another task he's given me. I'll be exiled to the Valley of the Damned in no time. I might as well stay here and keep the mutants away from others.
Did you find any converter parts here?
Oh yes, the Albs left the converter in full working order. They didn't expect such a fierce attack from the Berserkers, or I suppose they would have rigged the place to self-destruct. But then the Berserkers didn't expect mutants to move in here so quickly. Now this place belongs to neither Alb nor Berserker. It's the home of the mutants. And me. Unless I can find the rest of the converter parts. If I could get those converter parts, they would save me from exile.
I'm taking any converter parts I find back to Jorah.
Since we're both here to find converter parts, can't you find some for me too? I only need a few more and I can go back.
Give me the converter parts you found.
Hey, no! I risked my life getting them. Why should I give them to you?
Are you
threatening? I'm warning you. Wherever I go, the mutants follow. And then Jorah sends me here to find the converter parts. And so the mutants come again, and it doesn't matter what I do, I can't get to the parts. Once again, I can't complete the task I was given. So I can't go back. With all this failure, exile to the Valley of the Damned must follow.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, why didn't you bring a weapon?
Bring a weapon.
I did. I had a club, but I lost it the second time I went in there. If I'd climbed down to get it, they would have cut me off and killed me. Say, if you're going in there, could you look for it?
Why should I put my...
You're here for your own reasons. If you already decided to go in there, then bringing that back would give me more of a chance. Please, my life could be in your hands.
I will find your club.
Thank you, thank you. It's in the pit by the converter.
I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine.
Scratch your back? Why would I... Oh, a reward. You want paying? You don't think you could just do this to help?
Why do you think you're in a position to negotiate? Is your life worth something to you or not?
All right. You win. Just get me the club, please.
This mission is actually rather dangerous, because the... Yeah, that thing is not on top of the converter, let's put it that way. And there should be a giant fighting colossi up there as well. And in case you were wondering, fighting colossi are extremely dangerous throughout the game. Whoa, oops. Yeah, there is one. Oh, holy shit.
think we had better be careful here.
Yeah, we should be careful. Oh yeah, there's like a fighting colossi. Of course there's a fighting colossi down there. That didn't work. Maybe we can just run and get away from him, because those guys are usually not all dead. I'm totally making a run for it. Phew, I think we did it. Jesus Christ.
Here.
Thank you. Now I stand a chance. Guess I better take care of it in the future. Now I can fight back. But please, don't squander it. Those are my emergency reserves.
Just save the game.
About these converter parts. You're going to give them to me.
I won't make this easy for you. Let us finish this. Is someone gonna help me with this?
Oh crap. Nice. Whew. Let's have a good night of sleep. After killing the guy. And there's no other way to do this mission, by the way, so that's that. But normally what he used to do is he actually used to just run away from you, so you had to follow him quite a while until he would then notice that he can't run away and that he has to fight, and then you would have to kill him, and he's really difficult to beat. Right, particularly think about this is one of the missions you have to do in order to join the Berserkers. And I already joined the faction, right? I already have my first armor, I already have a decent enough sword. I'm not all that weak anymore.
And
here are the converter parts you wanted.
Oh, thank the Pilgrim. Now we have enough Elex to continue mana processing.
Good. Then you can pay me.
Pay? I will tell Ragnar that you helped me. My word is payment enough.
Hey, asshole. You asked someone to put their life on the line for you and your cause. You better have the shards to back that request up.
Shards are the only cause outlaws understand. What did you find up at the converter?
I found Corin there.
He's still alive? Oh, thank the Pilgrim. Why didn't he return to Goliad?
It would have been difficult. He's dead.
Then his curse did catch up with him. Once a man thinks he's doomed, he will find a way to bring an end upon himself.
Oh yeah.
I hope his was quick.
I made sure it is.
I mean, give good day to you. It's an interesting idea.
Anyway, what is up with that guy back here? He also has a mission.
You're new here, right? You're an incomer? Tell me, what do you think about our laws? Do you think they should be strict or just used as guidelines?
Guidelines?
What laws?
You don't know of our laws?
I do.
It's time you had an education.
Why are you asking?
Well, you're not one of us. And it's surprising to me that you don't know of our laws. Listen, can I ask you a favor? You clerics are enemies of the outlaws, aren't you?
Sort of.
Well, I hope that you can help me.
What help do you need?
I believe I saw someone in the pit. Then he escaped. He's sort of hanging around outside town, down that path near the gate. I think he's an outlaw. I'm only guessing, but I think he must be after the equipment we throw down there into the pit. If it is really one, then he has to disappear.
What exactly do you want me to do?
Kill him. The outlaw. I'd recommend you do it from a distance. Don't get close. I'm certain he's up to something.
So, why don't you take care of it?
Well, I'm not allowed to leave here. I've got to do things. I'm a technical expert. Angram wouldn't want me to endanger myself.
Sure.
I mean, if he was a piece of technology, I'd be there. The Elex would be out. The law would be satisfied, but... Look,
You could paint some puric art.
he hears I've been near an outlaw, I'm dead, or exiled.
Or the Emperor.
Good. I saw him by the cliff outside the gate into Goliath. You know, below the pit. You should check...
Quit messing around with that gizmo, will you?
Yeah, he's down here. That's the pit, by the way. Ah, I see. I still have a haldir to paint for my mother, actually. Now that remind me of it.
Ah, shit. Back the fuck off, alright? You don't need trouble. Just walk away and pretend you didn't find me, okay?
You're the one in trouble.
And you came here to talk, did you? You want me to talk? Well, how's this for talk? Go fuck yourself.
Thanks.
Why are you hanging around outside Goliath?
What? I can't stand here? You gonna hassle someone for just standing here? What are you, a fucking owl? So what do you want?
Yep. Cowboys and aliens.
Your mom. What do you think I'm doing? I'm trying to find some shit that's worth selling. You even know how much tech they have stashed in their pit? They actually throw all that shit away. But while I know that, it's not like I can hang about up there in Goliath to try and get it. Those tree shaggers get funny about outlaws.
Tree
Sometimes they call you
shaggers.
from the town for no reason.
Are you waiting around for Ornir?
Maybe, might be. There's a chance I know a little shit by that name.
He sent me to find you.
So who are you? The errand boy? What, he's got so rich trading with me he's got servants now?
I'm here to kill you.
What the fuck? That little shit. Listen, you go to him and get that dickhead to start trading again. Tell Ornir I want the shit he promised me.
What shit?
The shit. The technology Ornir owes me. The prime pieces from the pit. Well, prime is stretching the description, but it's a good arrangement. The Berserkers get rid of the tech they don't want. Ornir gets shards he does want, leaving the question, what do you want?
You're barred from gold.
Not barred as such, more like forbidden entry on pain of death. I just took some shit, that's all. It's not like they were even using it. Like I said, they throw all sorts of valuable shit into that pit of theirs. So I'm here to collect it and put it to use.
There's hardly anything usable in most of these ruins.
Oh, by the way, maybe, because we're already rather far in and I'm not sure how long I'm going to stream, I would want to show you the other part. That's the horde.
Elex. I'll do anything for it.
Right, and they have dudes with guns and giant fighting robots. The ones that are red are horde and the blue ones are Alps. And what I really need here is the legate armor. It's 10,000. Elex it, and I don't think I have enough to trade in. I mean, I could of course trade the mace and that thing. so no, never mind. All of that stuff. And we're close. We're really close. Yeah, exactly. It's really what I like about this game, that you have so many different worlds. Don't find it very often in modern games. Cigarettes, I think down here we only have... Yeah, I mean, I could sell those things because I'm not going to use a grenade launcher. Also, I'm going to use a rocket launcher, never needed those. And shotguns, and yeah, still not quite there. Yeah, this is the Horde. This is where the clerics are. This is my faction that I joined.
Damn it.
I like them a lot. I think it looks really cool. Comes to the environment, and there's also the outlaws who live in the desert. Right here. Oh, sure thing. It's a really good game. I like it a lot. If you like Gothic 1, Gothic 2 and all those games from Piranha Bytes, then this game would just be perfect for you. Right, and that's like where the outlaws live. They're the only ones who have a brothel, by the way. So that's that.
Here, take a look. What do you think's written on it?
I think the brothel was somewhere over here. Alright, that's the brothel. Right, table dance. And rooms. Oh, you never played a Gothic game, so that's a real shame. Because quite frankly, they're really, really good. Gothic 1 and Gothic 2 were two of the games that I played the most when I was young. The good old days. My Windows XP machine. And yeah, they were great. I sunk so many hours into them. I cheated myself through both of those games like mad. Because there was a really interesting cheat mode in Gothic 1 and 2 where you could spawn enemies, and then you could spawn like a meat bug that cannot attack you. Then you could take it over and change its level in the debugging settings to 999. And then when you switch back to your own body, you could kill it for 999,000 XP and then just keep killing meat bugs to level up all the time. And then you could be like level 200 right at the beginning of the game. Pretty hilarious.
I found the outlaw.
Is he dead?
No, I talked to him.
Talked? Why did you talk? What did he say?
He wants you to start trading with him again.
Trading? What trading? What are you talking about? If I was trading, that would be against the law.
No shit.
I'd be a dead man.
Oh yeah, you would be.
What?
Why did you stop trading with him?
I wasn't trading. Trading would be illegal. Elex technology is forbidden. Trading without a license is forbidden. Trading with people outside Goliath is forbidden. Anyway, I mean, that stuff was junk. I wasn't doing any harm. And Angram is monitoring the Elex oscillations in the area.
You could conceal the Elex fluctuations.
How does that work?
Disguise the traces of Elex as mana by overlapping the waves. This will mask it.
That is great. How did I not think of that myself? So, looking at it like that, the risk really isn't that great. Okay, I will trade with Bigby again. You can tell him that I need the same terms as before. No. He'll you'll have to make it more, all right? Because of the risk.
Who are you?
My name is Orny.
Yeah, we don't have to listen to this.
Not everyone understands, but as Amrek said, technology is...
We should go back to the guy. Yeah, he is. I mean, he is a berserker after all, right? This guy wakes up in the morning, the first thing he does is hug a tree. Which reminds me of a hilarious story. We have a... It's a little bit political, but I think it's still worth telling. Don't talk much about this lately here on my stream, at least. We do have a problem in one of our forests where that was supposed to be cut down in order to get to the coal down there, right? So that we could keep running our electricity. And we need coal for that. And the green activists there took over the forest and are right now camping inside. That would be funny. I have to figure out if I can do that. And the green guys are in the forest right now and occupying it so that it can't be destroyed, quote unquote, right? And those guys were making a post on Twitter, and I was thinking that this was a satire account, right? Because it was just so hilarious. They were asking if there was anyone who knew how to restore a small wind plant, a wind power plant. You can get like small ones that produce enough electricity to keep your phone running and everything. And they were reporting that theirs broke down, and because of all the wind that is right now going outside, their solar panels broke down as well. So they're right now looking for a way to get electricity in order to keep fighting an electric company to produce more electricity. And I was like, that has to be a satire account, right? And I wrote that this has to be a satire account, and they blocked me, so they were pretty serious about that. It was just so hilarious.
Ornir will trade with you again.
But he won't come here and tell me that himself? Slimy little rat this shit. He better make good or I'll find him. Here, take the shards I was gonna pay him. That shit better turn up. You tell him that if you see him.
Nice, so we did that. Oh yeah, I get blocked a lot. I'm blocked by half of all German journalists. And I'm also blocked. The funny thing is I'm always blocked by green people, right? I'm not blocked by the extreme left or anything like that. Even the people who admit on using block lists did not block me. But the Greens, the ones who always preach tolerance and open-mindedness, they're always the first to block me. You just have to call them stupid once and bam, you're out. Even if they are stupid, like Hannes Leitlein, for example. He's supposed to be a Christian reporter for one of the biggest liberal newspapers in Germany. And he's constantly pulling up false Bible quotes in order to justify his green ideology, right? Like justifying abortion, justifying all sorts of liberal crap that will literally destroy our society. And this guy, I didn't even call him stupid, I called him a heini, which is basically a word for, you know, a fool. And he blocked me instantly, and I thought that was hilarious. He was making an incredibly stupid post. Incredibly stupid post on Twitter, and I just had to comment on that. And I didn't even post anything mean when he blocked me. I called him Heini afterwards. And that's just hilarious. Because it's always funny, right? Those people think they can spout about all their nonsense, all the stupid shit that they're saying, and they think they're smart. And all they're doing is they're fueling the right-wingers. They're giving them ammunition. They're not just giving them ammunition, they're literally putting a loaded gun in the hand of a neo-Nazi and tell him to shoot them. That's what they're doing. And every time you try to point that out to them, they're like, nah, you're just a Nazi, you're a right-winger, you're supporting the AfD, that's our new right-wing party that's rising to power slowly. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm actually a big fanboy of Angela Merkel. I really like her. And they don't understand that, because I don't know what's wrong with them. I think that's what happens if you think that you're super smart because you're a journalist, and then in the end you really don't understand how normal people work. Because one of those guys was recently posting on Twitter, and he was serious about that. Again, that was not satire, and I was thinking it was satire. He posted on Twitter that he was surprised to find out that the cash income, the net income after taxes and social insurance of the ordinary white German male is not 3,000 euros. I'm earning a lot of money, especially for my age, and I'm not making 3,000 after taxes and social insurance, because I have to pay nearly 2,000 euros of taxes and social insurance.
How am I?
Do you ask me that expecting to receive my pledge? You are responsible for the death of a citizen of Goliath. You're lucky anyone here is still willing to...
Right, so just think about it. Those guys are green-oriented, so they're left-wingers. They claim to fight for social justice, and they don't even know that the average white German male, whom they say is privileged, doesn't even earn half as much as they do. It's incredible. You really have to be stupid to get down to that level.
Doesn't trust you. That doesn't give me confidence in your motives for being here. I've heard you helped the cleric escape from Goliath. And worse still, you involved my wife in this.
So yeah, I mean, you know, and you talk to these guys on Twitter and point out their stupidity and they block you, and that's why I'm blocked by so many people on Twitter. I'm also blocked by people who never wrote to me or who I never interacted with, like the chief editor of same newspaper as the other guy.
More problems here than you have solved. Far from getting good reports. I have people telling me you should be exiled. You'll have to work hard to clear your name. And until such time as you do, you will be forbidden to trade here.
I never screwed up that much in this game.
Is there any way to change your mind about me?
You can talk all you want. It's actions that count. If you really wish to prove your worth, you will need to win the trust of the warlords.
How can I do that?
For their part, you'll have to ask Angram and Cormac. I can only speak for myself.
So how can...
Kill the head of the clerics, the outlaws, and the elves.
Are you serious?
If only our problems could be solved.
Yeah.
But maybe some can. You can pay for the damage you've caused with Elex.
2,000 shards. Uiuiui. I never screwed up that much with the Berserkers. It's like I did everything wrong that I could do wrong. So let's see what Cormac. Cormac is usually the nicest guy.
I need your pledge.
So you broke the law and Angram won't support you.
He's fairly inflexible when it comes to the law.
He does see the world in black and white. But, very well. I will give you my pledge.
Well.
I'm seeking promotion. Will you give me your pledge?
If I put my name to yours, if I were to agree to that, then your actions would reflect on me. So what reason have I to take that risk?
Well, I passed the test at the pit.
Yes, I have not forgotten that. I warned you of the consequences of breaking our laws. If I was to offer you another chance and give you my pledge, then that would put you in my debt. And it would be for me to choose when and how that debt is to be repaid.
Agreed.
Good. Then you have my pledge.
Nice. The main thing here is I can't join the Berserkers anymore because I've already joined the clerics, but you do get I think 3,000 experience points for doing that, so I might as well just pay up and work a little bit harder next time to get the money in. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, my situation on Twitter is pretty funny because the people who always think that they can offend others are the first to be offended. Right, like that supposedly Christian reporter woman said, who literally said if your parents vote AFD, you should break up all contact to them, and that would be what Christ would be doing. And I was like, dude, we're long over the days when we said Christ would do that, because we don't know.
Here, this should pay for my redemption.
It's a poor thing that Alexa can stand in for loyalty. But difficult times change the rules. But my word is not enough to give you progress on its own. All 3 warlords must agree.
The other warlords have given their approval.
Then I grant you permission to trade in Goliad. Just make sure you abide by the law, and don't trade forbidden items. You have won approval faster than I thought you would. Passed from a...
Oh, it was only 500 experience, but I'll take it.
Go play with your tech somewhere else. It's forbidden here.
Because we're really close to getting level up again. So let's see. We have to invest a little bit of money anyway. Oh, it's a male. It's a man. The woman blocked me before I even had a chance to say anything to her. Because that makes sense, right? I'm just so popular. I mean, the thing I have with that is, what would happen if I met these people in real life? I mean, I won't, because most of them live in Berlin, and I avoid Berlin like the plague. But I'm literally, if you think about the place where you could be furthest away from Berlin in Germany, I'm pretty close to that place. And that's good, because I hate Berlin. Especially because of the people there. I mean, those guys live in regions of Berlin where not even I could afford a flat. Right, and they're living comfortable lives, and then they're telling everybody else how privileged they are, and that's so hilarious.
Stop using that here. This is no place for technology.
Let's see. By the way, I think I have one thing I want to do first before we... Yeah. I want to talk to the Separatists again. I think after that I call it quits. Yeah, but we have to think about it. I live in one of the economically strongest regions of Germany in the southwest. And rents down here are criminally expensive. But still, there are places in Berlin where the rich and beautiful live, where also our journalists happen to live for some reason. And I couldn't afford a flat there. There's no chance. But I'm also not running around telling people that they have it so much better than others and that they should give up everything they have in order to fuel some sort of justice.
When did you last see my brother?
A few days ago, maybe? Calyx was ordered back to the Ice Palace. The forces of Zakor are preparing for something.
So yeah, in case the right wing wins in Germany, we're all screwed. But it was my fault. I tried to tell them.
Yes, Nezol and his men. I also know what happened. If you think I see Nezol's death and you're meeting with him as a coincidence,
What? The guy's dead?
then you are mistaken. I can't prove it, but I won't forget what has happened. You have used up the only chance you get with me. Make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
How are you planning to weaken the Alps?
Our first step must be to shut down the converters.
Yes, you're right. Let's destroy the converters and weaken Zakor.
And it must be us who does it. We must lead the process that stops the Alexiters. You should be a part of this, Jax.
The converter?
This is the control
Nice.
code that will stop the Elex extraction program. It will stop a converter from operating. But the code has to be uploaded directly into the central computer of each converter. We will start with this one here, in southern Abessa.
No, you can't.
How do I get...
You will need to access the converter's
There
control center.
supposedly is a way to get this armor,
Area of the extraction tower.
but I've never figured out how. And I haven't found anything on the internet either.
Have been rotated out in the last few weeks. Our intel is reporting that they have been replaced by combat mechs, drones, and mutants.
So let's save the game. mean, I think it's pretty obvious that I've played this game quite a lot. Right, 46 hours and 42 hours here. Yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, there supposedly is a way to get that. At least I've read something on the internet. There is a way, but nobody ever told me how. You can get pretty fancy armor though anyway. But that's it for today. We streamed for more than 3 hours, so I think that's fine. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I don't know when I'm going to stream next, because I'm on vacation next week till the end of the following week. So it might take about 3 weeks till I'm able to stream again. But either way, wish you a pleasant evening, and sure, I'll be on Warhammer TV on Wednesday in the chat. So till then, good evening and bye bye.